Há um provérbio africano que diz: é preciso uma aldeia para criar uma criança. Algumas vezes, é preciso uma aldeia global para salvar uma.
This couldn't have come about without the partnership.
Medicines are for the people.
This has been one of the most vivid demonstrations of corporate generosity.
The poorest people in the world who could not afford
They were almost all blind.
We now have the weapon, and the weapon is
A
Mectizan.
free drug is a great start, but it's not
Rainy season, we can't reach some
rebel lines, you've got conflict lines.
It's clear to the partners that they need each other.
And when you see the impact firsthand of
No one should go blind from oncocercose from now on, and nobody will.
this is really powerful stuff.
Surtout quand je vois tous ces enfants.
Now we see all these children who are running and going to school. Certain they are not going to be blind from oncocercose. This is really a source of hope.
Um mosquito comum na África. Uma amostra de solo de um campo de golfe japonês. A Organização Mundial de Saúde em Genebra, Suíça. O Banco Mundial em Washington, D.C. Cientistas nos laboratórios de pesquisa da Merck em New Jersey. Governos locais, seus ministros da saúde e várias organizações não governamentais. E milhares de assistentes comunitários de saúde locais e comunidades sob risco em 35 países em 3 continentes. Essas são apenas algumas das pessoas, locais e aspectos que compõem o drama da cegueira do rio em seres humanos e as parcerias locais, regionais e internacionais que se uniram para combatê-la.
There is a saying in the village, losing one sight is like losing life.
C'était en 1993.
It was in 1993 when I arrived here the first time.
Ça m'a fait un choc.
I was shocked.
Le chef du
The
village,
chief was blind.
l'imam,
The spiritual leader was blind. Practically all the people above 40 years of age were all blind.
et plus, c'était tout ça.
There's a boy of 13, 14, working alone in the fields. And I asked why he was alone in the fields, and his response was, no one else can see.
We live, unfortunately, in a society of survival. And these are the people who can no longer work in the fields. They can't take care of their families. They can't participate in social activities in the village. These are people who are excluded. Imagine sitting down with many people around. You can't even recognize them. You can't even shake their hand. It is really shameful.
We are cultivators, farmers. When you cultivate, this is how you feed yourself.
They become totally non-productive. And to be led around by a younger person as their eyes, which also causes problems to the younger people who then do not get schooling and eventually go the same way themselves.
A oncocercose, também conhecida como cegueira do rio, afeta 18 milhões de pessoas na África, América Latina e Iêmen. A doença é causada por um verme. Esse verme é transmitido através da picada de um pequeno mosquito que se reproduz próximo a rios caudalosos. Algumas pessoas são picadas até 10 mil vezes por dia. O verme vive e amadurece sob a pele da vítima e produz milhões e milhões de filhotes, denominados microfilárias. O movimento das microfilárias através do corpo causa os sintomas iniciais da doença.
Ferocious itching. Sometimes people are even using rocks to scratch themselves. It's the itching that affects their daily life and their sleep. and slowly but surely, all the scratching ends up destroying or reducing the quality of their skin.
But ultimately, the worst symptoms of the disease are the loss of vision as the forms affect the eye. And the gradual loss of vision can result in irreversible blindness.
With water we live.
Com água vivemos, sem água morremos. Mas, infelizmente, a água de rios caudalosos não traz apenas vida à terra, mas serve também como um campo propício ao desenvolvimento dos mosquitos.
The river means everything to us, everything. It is where we take water. It is where we do fishing. If there is water here, it is because of this river.
The fly breeds only in rapidly flowing streams, and the people have learned to get away from that fly. So they've moved out of the rich bottomlands and moved up on this erodible and infertile hillsides.
The little that you can get from the fertile lands is taken away because you have the fear of the disease. So they move to these semi-desert, semi-arid areas where they cannot make ends meet.
Na metade dos anos 70, o Banco Mundial, a OMS e 11 países africanos se juntaram para criar o Programa de Controle da Oncocercose, PCO. O objetivo era interromper o ciclo de transmissão da oncocercose através da eliminação do mosquito.
In 1974, there were no usable medications in mass distribution, so the strategy was to fight against the fly. And this treatment was using specific larvicides by helicopter, by plane.
Essa estratégia mostrou ser muito eficiente e, através dos esforços do PCO, a doença foi virtualmente eliminada como problema de saúde pública nos países-alvo da África Oriental.
West African countries.
But there is a problem with larvicide, specifically resistance. When you encounter resistance, the larvicide can no longer be effective.
Uma amostra de solo de um campo de golfe e um cientista dos laboratórios de pesquisa da Merck forneceram a solução. Em 1975, quando analisavam mais de 100 mil amostras de solo, uma amostra em particular levou os pesquisadores da Merck Company à descoberta de um agente antiparasitário altamente ativo denominado Ivermectina. Sob a marca Mectizan, ele foi aprovado para uso em seres humanos em 1987 para o tratamento da oncocercose. A chegada de Mectizan trouxe ajuda e esperança reais às incontáveis vítimas desta terrível doença.
Before the treatment with Mectizan began, I had a lot of problems. My eyes hurt day and night. I was tearing. There were days that I couldn't even go into the kitchen to prepare food. I was afraid to become blind because I was afraid that my husband would divorce me. Since I began treatment with Mectizan, my eyes have become normal. The tears have stopped. I thank God and I thank this medication. And if today I can still see, it is because of this medication.
Um dos aspectos mais marcantes de Mectizan é que você precisa tomá-lo apenas uma vez por ano. Essa dose anual, combinada à tolerabilidade geral e à necessidade de acompanhamento mínimo, realmente tornam este pequeno comprimido simplesmente espetacular.
If you can prevent blindness by giving it only once a year, I mean, this is truly a miracle drug.
We visited a community leader. He was told that here are the people that bring Mectizan to your community, and he welcomed us by saying that he who brings Mectizan brings life to the community.
Quite often they're so eager to get the treatment that you couldn't get a newspaper between two people. Their bodies are pressed together like cards in a deck. And you see a woman that's been blind, and she's got 2 or 3 children around her whom she has borne but never seen. she knows what they feel like, but she doesn't know what they look like. And just to have her realize that those kids will never be blind like she is something that's hard to forget.
It's been said.
Disse que quando se enfrenta um grande desafio, você tem que fazer coisas que acha que não seria capaz de fazer. Em 1987, a Merck enfrentou este grande desafio. As pessoas que mais precisavam de Mectizan eram aquelas que menos podiam pagar por ele. Com a liderança do então presidente da Merck, Dr. Roy Vagelos, a Merck decidiu doar do show.
River blindness.
We define primarily as discovering breakthrough drugs, but also we take on the responsibility of helping people gain access to the benefits of this breakthrough research.
Mas ajudar as pessoas a ter acesso a medicamentos não começa e termina com a doação da droga.
With a free drug.
One of the important points here is the tenacity of Merck to want to give this away. And they said, if we give it away free, would you figure out a way to distribute it? And my first question was, how long will you give it free? And they said, we've decided to give it free for river blindness forever. And our response was, that's long enough, and of course we'll do it.
Oncocercose is at the end of the road. Sometimes there's no road.
We're talking about the underprivileged, communities that are inaccessible, communities in the war-torn areas.
We have displaced populations, refugees. We have to look for them, to treat them.
It became very clear, I think in a very short period of time, that this was a project that had such dimensions that there was impossible that any one organization or Merck could do it on their own. And so that really started us on the path of developing partnerships with the World Health Organization, the World Bank, and non-governmental organizations.
Essas parcerias desempenharam um papel fundamental no levantamento de recursos, na distribuição e na educação. Cada parceiro é um elo vital no complicado processo de retirar o medicamento de uma fábrica na França, levá-lo aos portos na África, América Latina e Iêmen e fazer com que chegue até aldeias rurais isoladas e depois na educação dos habitantes da aldeia sobre as causas reais da oncocercose e os benefícios oferecidos pelo medicamento. Nas aldeias, essas tarefas passaram a ser missão dos assistentes de saúde e dos distribuidores baseados nas comunidades. Esses residentes das aldeias rurais assumiram a responsabilidade pelo programa, abrindo a porta para a criação de mais de 60 mil programas sustentáveis de distribuição do medicamento controlados pela comunidade.
It is necessary that everyone take the medication. If some people take the medication and others don't, the disease will never leave the village. Even if you are away from the village, when you return, the distributors will find you and give you the medication.
When a community is given the authority to decide on who should distribute the drug for them, when they should take it, and how they should take it, you're empowering them, and you're getting them also to come in partnership with the health system.
Um dos mais importantes benefícios do programa de doação de Mectizan tem sido seu efeito positivo na infraestrutura de cuidados à saúde. O programa de doação de Mectizan está desempenhando um importante papel no desenvolvimento de uma rede de cuidados primários de saúde que pode ajudar a fornecer os serviços básicos às comunidades rurais carentes.
Some villages and communities, that was the only time that they came in contact with any semblance of health service.
Now, with these community-based distributors, we are seeing a real integration of all healthcare services at the community level.
In Central African Republic, for example, they are now in charge of distributing vitamin A. Most of them help to identify children to be immunized. Most of them help identifying.
I think Mectizan has shown the power of coalitions. This has been going to 25 million people, and that may not mean much to most people, but reaching 25 million people in Africa in a year is no small thing.
I think Merck has set standard high possible quality. It's been one of the most remarkable and exciting and inspiring partnerships that I have ever witnessed.
The Bambara say that if people help you, it is because you have helped yourself as well.
When I see now that children are protected from blindness, it really makes me joyful. It really gives me hope.
All that I know is that because of this medication, I am not blind.
No one should go blind from onchocercose from now on, and nobody will.
All the people who have left the village have come back. It's like night and day. I can say that it has served something positive. It has brought health to the village, and it has brought knowledge and understanding between us all.